Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing 5 looks with this palette right here, which is the Makeup Revolution Roxxsaurus Colour Burst Palette. And this palette came out a while ago, but I just recently got around to doing some looks with it. Let me show you inside. It does have a mirror, like the whole thing on the top is a mirror, which is great. I love that. And look at these colors. They're just beautiful. But although the colors are beautiful, like I have been so afraid to try them because they are so bright. At least the top part of them is very bright. And I need to tackle that monster, I feel, right? So the ones in the middle are a little more doable. They're a little more neutral, although not completely. And then we have the ones on the bottom, which are just like these right here, and this one right here, which are just like really dark. This is the last like summery looking palette that I'm gonna be doing this year. So yeah, it's this one right here. And I learned a few things, okay? I learned a few things, and I'm gonna if you stay tuned till the end, I'm gonna give you a few tricks on using brights in your makeup routine. If you're like me, that you're a little bit afraid of strong bright colors, then you might want to stick around till the end, and I'll give you some tips on how to use some of these. This is what the palette looks like. It's like a sky blue color, but it's not metallic. It's kind of reflective. It's kind of like a mirror, but it's like reflective. And it says Revolution, Makeup Revolution London, Roxxsaurus Colour Burst Palette. The back of it looks like this. You can barely see what it is, but it actually shows numbers on the back, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It says that it brings 18 colors, and each of them are 0.03 ounces or 0.8 grams. All right, so they have names, and I love when the colors have names because it's easier to follow a tutorial. It's just easier to remember what you put on, right? So I'm gonna swatch them now. So this is the first row right here. And everything on the top row is a matte. I had to do 2 swipes on each one to get the color to show up. Just so you know. Now we're going to the second row. All right, so this right here is the second row. On the second row, we have 3 shimmers. This one right here, this one right here, and this one right here. And then we have 3 mattes right here. And the top row is all mattes. The bottom, we have 3 shimmers. This one's a shimmer, this one's a shimmer, and this one's a shimmer. And then we have 3 mattes. This one, and this one. And now I'm doing the third and final row. And this is the third row. Very fall-like colors. All right, so what I'm gonna be doing with this palette today is actually going through the seasons. So I'm gonna pick basically each season and create a look for each of the seasons. So that is the concept for today, through the seasons. And I'm gonna get started with the first season, which is going to be winter. So it's called Winter Blue Sky. All right, so I am going to begin, and I already have my foundation on, I have my eyebrows done, and now I'm gonna begin my first look. Look number 1. What I'm gonna do right now is add the Milani eyeshadow primer to my eyelids, because I do that with every single eyeshadow. My eyes are very irritated today from something I was doing yesterday. But anyways, I'm gonna begin look number 1, and I'm gonna be using Timmy, which is the shade right here in the corner, this white shade. It's called Timmy. So I'm gonna be putting that just above my crease. I mean, I don't expect it to be like, you know, wow, like what a white shade. But I'm still adding it, and I'm gonna try to layer it. It is actually turning white. I can actually see it getting white. I'm gonna add it like above my crease, and I'm not gonna bring it all the way out, but I will put it at the top right here as well. So that's what I'm doing. Kind of has like a very translucent white tint to it, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna grab Blue Lagoon, which is this shade right here. That's Blue Lagoon right here, the blue shade. And I am going to add that to my outer lid. Look at that. I'm gonna add it to my outer lid, and I'm also gonna add it to the outer part of my crease. Okay, so this is showing up a lot. See? Actually is showing up. This is a pretty strong color. Like, I would suggest you go, like, if you are someone that's not used to strong colors, I would say go light-handed and build it up as you want, just so, because this is a matte shade, and matte shades tend to get very patchy if you try to do it like lay it on strong like right away. You have to kind of like build them up, otherwise they don't look so good. Look at this color. Whoa. I say that as I lay it on thick. Now I'm gonna have to blend a lot. And I feel like I just, like on the camera, it looks like I just have like a dot right here. But in reality, like, it's just like the shadow, like the shadows, like that are hitting me, and the way my eyes are shaped that make it look like that. It's not really, it's actually even. Now I'm going to grab Sky, and Sky is this like silver color down here. It's this one right here in the corner, right next to the purple one. And I'm gonna apply that color all over my lid. And first I'm doing it with like a dry brush. It's actually showing up pretty well with a dry brush. And I'm actually bringing it all the way to like on top of Blue Lagoon. So this is what it's looking like. I don't know if you could see it well. Like you could actually like see it really well on the camera. So I am adding that silver now with my finger, because you know that when you dab it on with a finger, it shows up a lot better. So not that there was anything wrong before. It depends on how much like how strong you want it to look. Like I said, if you're not used to eyeshadows or you're not used to shimmers, this is definitely like a shimmery shade. And if you're not used to it, you might want to just do it with a dry brush. But if you want a little more pow, like if you want a little more like silver and a little more foily, then you can add it with your finger. So I am going to add, I've realized that I really need one of those like pencil brushes kind of thing to do like my under eye. Alrighty, look how beautiful this is. So I'm going to be using Blue Lagoon on the bottom on my lower lash line. Okay, so I'm gonna add Sky, it's the silver color, to the inner corner right here. All right, so I'm gonna add some blush, and then I'm gonna put on my lipstick. Before I forget, I'm also gonna add eyeliner to like a tight line, like inside my eyes, like in black, and also on the bottom. Okay, and for the lips, I'm gonna be using the this right here, which is the Wet n Wild lipstick in Bare It All. So this is finished look number 1. All right, so now we're gonna go on to look number 2. I hate it when I start filming and I forget to press record. But okay, so this is what I've done, and it's not anything hard to do. I basically use Dinosaur, which is this green right here, the lime green, and I use that all over my, above my crease, like all over above my crease, and on my outer lid as well. And I just blend it a lot, and I did it little by little, like to build it up. And then I use Timmy, which is the white right here, under my eyebrows, just to like give it a little bit of brightness. And then I use a dinosaur, no, not dinosaur, botanical. I use botanical, which is this shimmery green right there, on my lids. When I applied it with the brush, it didn't really show, so I ended up doing botanical, which is this one right here, with my fingers, and I just like smudged it on, kind of like dab and pull. And that's what I did, because that's what's gonna give me the more like foily, shimmery effect. Okay. So I'm gonna use Dinosaur again, which is the lime green, and I'm gonna be using that. I'm tapping it because, yeah, I'm gonna be using that underneath on the bottom right here. I still have leftover blue from the previous look. It's very hard to like not have leftover from previous looks, cause unless I completely cleaned my face like and started over with foundation and everything on each look, So this is what I have, and that's the green. And I feel like I need concealer so bad. I do need concealer. All right, so far I haven't had fallout. I feel like I really haven't had fallout, so that's good. So I still have the same lipstick from before, which is called Bare It All, and I'm just gonna leave it on like this. And this is the final look, number 2. Now I'm gonna go to look number 3. So I'm gonna start out with Timmy, like I've done so far, with the white color, the white shade, which is gonna go on the top. And I don't even think I took it off before, so it's still there. All right, now I'm gonna grab a Lemonade, which is the yellow right here, this yellow on top, and I am gonna be using that above my crease line, above my crease right here. Oh my gosh, I really should have used something on my eyelids, because I feel like once I took it out with the makeup wipe, now there's like nothing there. Like there's no concealer, there's no color corrector. I didn't even put the base on, like the eyeshadow base, nothing, the primer. But you could actually see the yellow. That's good. You know how hard it is to find yellows that you could actually see? And this one is going on perfectly. So I'm really happy about that. In person, it's pretty bright. All right. Now I'm gonna add Fetch. And I'm gonna add Fetch to the outer crease and to the outer lid. And Fetch is the hot pink color right there. That hot pink right there. On the top row. And look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. I love that combination of yellow and pink. See how I'm like dabbing it on? No real reason why I'm doing that. Not really. Now I'm gonna use Constellations, which is this kind of like a champagne-y color right here. It's a shimmer, and I'm gonna be using that on my lid, like on the inner lid, on half the lid. I'm gonna add it with my finger because you can't really see it with a brush. I think with this look, a winged black eyeliner on the top would look so pretty. I'm just not gonna do it right now because I still have 2 more looks to go, and it's gonna be a pain to take that off. So I am gonna be using the e.l.f. Day to Night lipstick, and I am gonna be using the Night, which is, see the one with the little moon, the hot pink right here. All right, so this is the finished look number 3, and yeah, this is what it looks like. you can see like my under eye darkness. It doesn't look cute. And that's because I took it off with the wipe and I just don't feel like doing my under eyes anymore. All right, so now I am going to look number 4. All right, now I'm gonna start on look number 4, and I did add some concealer finally because I did need it. So I'm gonna use Constellation first, and Constellation is this color right here, which is it's like a champagne, and I'm gonna use it right here under my eyebrow. I mean, unless I did it with my finger, it really doesn't, you can't really see it that much. It's like the color of my skin, just a little tad lighter than the color of my skin, and it's not really showing up unless I did it with my finger. But I'm not gonna do it with my finger because I'm not trying to like bring any shimmer down there. I'm just trying to get that hint of champagne color. Now I'm gonna use Bang Bang, and Bang Bang is the orange shade right here, and I am gonna be using Bang Bang on my crease, above my crease, and that's what I'm using. Okay, so I'm gonna use it on the inner part. I'm not gonna use it on the outer part, just like the inner part of my upper lid. And it's right here on this area right there. Oh, it's orangey. It's definitely orangey. You can see it, right? I feel like this brush might be a tad too big. Alright, you see the orange right there? Cute. And that's called Bang Bang. Now I'm going to grab Red Velvet, which is this maroon color right here in the corner. And I'm going to add Red Velvet to the outer crease and to the outer lid. Ooh, this is pretty. Look how much is showing up. Now I am going to grab Golden Hour, which is the gold right here in the corner. And I am going to be using Golden Hour on my inner lid. I don't really see it on my brush. It is going on though. So I'm going to start out with the brush and then I'm going to do it with my finger. I am loving this look. I think I liked all these looks. Okay. This is my autumn look. I'm gonna add Constellation to the inner corner of my eye. Constellation, remember, it's the one that we used under the lid, which is like champagne. Can barely see it though. And I'm gonna add Cocoa, which is this shade right here, which is like the dark brown. I'm gonna add it to my lower lid. And on my lips, I'm gonna be using the CoverGirl Coffee Crave shade of lipstick. So this is the finished look number 4, and this is what it looks like. Now I'm gonna go on to look number 5, and look number 5 is called Feeling Festive because it's gonna be more like a holiday look. So let's go on to look number 5. Alright, so now we're going to look number 5, and this is my last look of today using the Roxxsaurus palette. We're gonna start with Constellation on the top. So Constellation is this shade right here that I've been talking about, which is like that champagne-y color down here. And I'm gonna be using Constellation right here at the top. I feel like it's not really showing up. It does give like a tiny hint of shimmer, but like yeah, it gives a tiny hint of shimmer. You can see that shimmer. All right, now I'm gonna use Memories, and Memories is the purple shade down here, like that violety purple shade down here. All right, and I'm gonna use Memories on the crease and like above my crease, like right here. Now I'm gonna grab I think I'm gonna intensify it a little bit, just try to see if it'll like get a little more intense, because see on the brush how it looks. I'm thinking that it can, just because the rest of my look is gonna be kind of intense as well, and I rather have it like stronger. It's not getting patchy, that's good, but I'm also not like overly like pressing on this brush. I'm doing it lightly. Okay, now I'm gonna grab Cocoa, and Cocoa is the dark brown. Remember this one right here in the corner. It's not in the corner, it's on the outer part of the palette. And I'm gonna grab this shade, which is Cocoa, and I am going to use it on my outer crease, which is right here. And I'm gonna try to like blend it in with that other shade, and it's blending beautifully, by the way. And I'm also gonna add it to my outer lid. Remember, we're going for a holiday look, kind of like a party holiday look. So on this eye, I feel like it's a little more patchy. Like it on this side, it's patchy. On this one, it's pretty smooth. I don't know why that happens to me all the time, and I think that it's just like the way I apply it. So I'm gonna try to blend. See how smooth it is there? And over here it's just like really, really bad. It's windy outside. It's windy, it's partly cloudy. There's a storm brewing in the Gulf, and I don't know. We got all kinds of stuff going on. Okay. I think on the camera it looks worse than in person. No, Actually, like, it depends on how I look at it. See what I said about going too heavy-handed with a shade? Like on this side, I went very light-handed with this color, and it came out so smooth. On this one, I went a little bit heavy-handed, and now I have patches. And when you have patches with a dark color, it's kind of hard to get it right. So I'm gonna try to blend. Okay, now I'm gonna grab Royal, and Royal is the shimmery shade down here. That's like a burgundy shimmer down there. So I'm gonna grab Royal. And Royal is more like a glitter, so it's not doing anything with the brush. I'm gonna do it with my finger. It's very foily. It's more glittery than shimmery, I think. Actually, no. It is pretty shimmery. Yeah, I think it's a shimmer. It just looks thicker. On the pan, it looks like a thicker sort of consistency. Maybe it's just, I don't know what it is. But it does look very smooth. Oh my gosh. This goes on beautifully. So buttery. So I am putting it all over my lid because wherever I don't have any other eyeshadow, it's going to be more like that burgundy shimmer. But wherever I have like the dark eyeshadow, like the cocoa, it's going to start looking a little bit darker. So it's going to have like a gradient effect for going from like brighter to like darker. So I already have on the bottom, I have cocoa. I have it on both sides, so I'm not going to do anything on the bottom. And I already have mascara on. And I feel like if you're going to do this look, like for a festive look, you need to put some liquid eyeliner, just because the liquid eyeliner is going to enhance the eye, I think. So let me go get my liquid eyeliner. Now I'm going to go with my lipstick. And I am using Bare It All from Wet n Wild. This could look so much better. Like this right here is a hot mess. So that's what you need to try to avoid, hot messes. And this is the finished look number 5. So here it is. Ugh, don't mind my hair. It does whatever it wants. So this is what it's looking like. All right, so that's my 5 looks today, and I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about the palette, but in general I'm gonna talk to you about bright colors. Okay. All right, so if you're afraid to use certain colors just because you're not used to wearing brights or darks, here are my tips. Okay. All right, so brights. Let's start with brights. For example, the top row right here, they're pretty bright colors, although in this palette they're not as strong, and since they're not that very pigmented, it gives you kind of like the opportunity to be able to build them up to where you're comfortable. Okay, so that's one thing that is good about not having a very pigmented palette. It's that you could either do a light wash of that color, or you could build it up and make it into something a little more pigmented and brighter. All right, so if you're gonna be using a bright shade, I suggest that you use it, you pair it with like a champagne, like this one down here, just because the champagne is gonna tone down the brightness. So you're not gonna use it on top of it, but you're gonna do, for example, if you wanna do like on the crease, use the bright, you could always use the champagne on the lid. Or if you're just gonna do a lid color, you could do on the inner lid the champagne and on the outer lid the bright. which is how I used to do my eyeshadow before. I always used it on the lid. I never put it on the crease. Now, if you're already you're an expert and you're used to bright colors, they use it however you want. This is just like for beginners in bright colors, okay? Now, the darks, like these darks down here, or like this more bright, like burnt orange, or like this color right here, or this right here. These shades right here, you can use them also on the lid and do like the darker shade like on the outer lid, and then on the inner lid use more like a golden color. That is gonna give you a more neutral sort of like inner part of the eye, and then like a like you're gonna grade, or you're gonna do like a gradient effect from like gold to, for example, purple, or gold to burgundy, or gold to burnt orange, and that always looks really pretty. Now, if you have a little bit more guts to go a little bit brighter, then you could do that same dark shade like on the crease, and then still add the gold down here. Okay, it's however you feel comfortable. There's no right or wrong way, I feel, to use color. You use it however you want. Use your imagination. You are the artist. You're the one that's doing it, and you have to feel comfortable with what you're doing. So that's how I would use it if I was starting out. And that's how I normally use it, like whenever I have like a festive event to go to, or I want my eyes to be a little bit darker. Another thing is that whenever I use bright colors, I always go a little more neutral on my lip. So if I'm using, like, for example, like these shades up here, I try to go a little more neutral on my lip. But you also saw that when I did that summer look and I did the bright pink lip, that really enhanced the look. So that's another thing that you might consider. At first, you can start out with like a neutral lip if you don't feel comfortable. Then once you get a little more courage, or you feel a little more comfortable, then you could do like a brighter lip. Another thing that I do, and I do it for practical purposes, is like, for example, like this look that I have going on in my eyes right now, I will pair it with a very nude lipstick, like something that is as close to my lip color as possible and still look like I'm made up. And the reason why I do that, especially if I'm gonna go out to like eat, like if I'm gonna go to a dinner with my husband, or if I'm gonna go out to some gathering where it's gonna be a nighttime gathering and I'm gonna be eating, is because if I use like another lipstick that's not the shade of my lips, once I start eating, it's gonna start rubbing off, and then it's just gonna look like really weird. Like I'm gonna have like a ring of lipstick, or the color is gonna rub off on the glass that I'm using to drink, you know, whatever I'm drinking, and then and I don't like that. I think that's a little nasty. So I rather do a neutral lip, and then like a darker sultry eye. And I love to enhance my eyes. Like I love my eyes. Like I love like my brown eyes, and they're kind of big, and I really like that. So I really like to enhance my eyes, but I try to tone down my lips a little bit. Another way that I use my colors, especially my bright shades, is as eyeliners. If you want to go with a more neutral eye look because you feel very uncomfortable using like anything bright, I do suggest that you do like a very neutral eye, and then use like maybe like the, if I can open it, maybe use like this like blue, like bright blue, or like that green, it's beautiful, or like any of those. Use it as eyeliner. Use it as eyeliner like on the bottom, especially if you wear glasses. Sometimes you can't see the top because glasses kind of cover the top, at least for me they do. So use it on the bottom, and then you actually have something of interest in your eyes, you know. You could also use it on the top to line your top lid, or you could use your black liquid liner and then just above the liner do like a little line of like a bright green or a bright blue, pink, that purple, yellow. That always looks really cute as well if you keep everything else neutral. So yeah, I hope you like these tips that I'm giving you, and this is going to be a very, very long video. I'm going to try to shorten it a little bit, but I hope that you found it informative. I hope that you try to recreate some of these looks, and I hope I gave you a new idea on how to use this beautiful Color Burst Roxxsaurus palette. So thanks for watching. Have a great day and stay safe out there. Bye.